Shalom, shalom, shalom. All praises to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, in the name of His only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus, a so-called black man. This is an update on the road to the mark. This is an update on the road to the mark. This is an article from Forecast, and the headline reads, U.S. digital dollar project to work with Ripple on c.b.d.c technical sandbox. And that's basically a think tank where they get together and they weigh the pros and cons on getting with a cryptocurrency and making it a digital dollar. And some of the pros, one of the main pros is that it can act as a safe central bank money, and one of the cons is that it doesn't have a safeguard for consumer rights. But they are continually working on that to try to get it right, so that this central bank digital currency can be able to roll out as soon as possible. So this is the paragraph preceding the headline, and it reads, the U.S.-based digital dollar project said it will work with Ripple and a few other digital assets firms to launch a technical sandbox program, that's that think tank, to further study a U.S. central bank digital currency. Right. And there's already a central bank digital currency in China. I think theirs is called the Yuan, and they got one in Russia. Well, they working on one for Russia that was supposed to be coming out in 2024, and they got one in the Caribbean called the Sand Dollar. So this is under the article Fast Facts. It says the non-profit initiative announced on Wednesday that the program is set to start in early October, with an initial focus on cross-border payments. The program will undergo two phases, an education phase and a pilot phase. The results of the studies will then be shared and used to inform private and public sectors stakeholders on how advancing technical solutions can unlock business value in a transformative way. The Digital Dollar Project was formed by information technology consultancy Accenture and the Digital Dollar Foundation, a public education and advocacy group. In April, the Depository Trust and Clearing Corporation, one of the largest financial service providers in the U.S., partnered with the Digital Dollar Project and launched Project Lithium to test c.b.d.c infrastructure. In March, U.S. President Joe Biden issued an executive order that placed highest urgency on the research and development of a potential U.S. c.b.d.c. And that's where we're heading right now. We on the road to the mark. And with this new form of currency, they're going to be able to have real-time payments, cross-border payments, interacting with interfaces from different institutes. And it's just going to be a major upgrade on the way they track and able to keep track with all your financial payments, whether you are a big firm, a big corporation, or whether you just an individual. You're going to have to get on board with this system that they rolling out right now. It's in the test pilot phase right now, but they coming out with phase of, testing this next year in mid-July, somewhere between May and mid-July of 2023, called Fed Now. So they working right now to try to get this system rolled out, and pray that it comes sooner than later so we can get up out of here, because right now they moving things exponentially faster than what they were in the previous years. This thing is rolling, and it's not stopping. This thing is coming full speed. So a lot of people, call themselves staying one step ahead of the curve. They may try to make future payments so that when this thing do come to full circle, they already have, let's say for instance, they taxes on their home paid for 4 or 5, maybe even 6 or 7 years ahead. So when they do transfer over to this new form of digital currency, they don't have to worry about losing all their regular assets that they may have tied up, whether it's in the bank or whether it's in any other type of form of currency. But little do they know, anything could go that could cause this system to devalue the dollar, where you have to pay the difference. Because you never know how this I don't even know how this evil person, this wicked nation is going to have it to where it's set up where you may still have to pay the difference. So you calling yourself staying one step ahead of the game by making payments such as, 3 or 4, maybe even 5 or 6 car payments ahead of whenever you're supposed to. So when they do roll out this system, you don't have to worry about losing all your money. But little do you know, you still may lose it because you still may have to pay the difference on however much it is from the current currency, the US dollar, to the future currency, the digital dollar. So you still may lose in the long run, because it tells you one thing for sure. It tells you in Revelation, and let's just go ahead and get that. All right, this is Revelation 13:16, and this is key right here in this first part of this sentence. And he causes all. See, we got to look at this causes. So whether you thinking strategically, moving 4 or 5 or 6 steps ahead of the game, you don't control the money system. So you can't outthink this devil, man. Whatever you thinking, they already thinking that. That's what these think tanks are made for. And there's a couple of clips slash videos out right now on you can search the web, but allegedly there's this new credit score that's coming, and it's abbreviated CSRQ, which stands for coming sovereign, I believe is QR, quarantine restricted, where based on your credit, you're going to be placed in one of the 4 categories. So they can easily devalue whatever assets you have just on your credit score. So this is the end game right here: complete dominance, control over all your assets, to seize everything. And if you want to stay on the grid, you have to play by their rules. So this thing is coming, whether you prepared or not. So it's best to be prepared and to be in this word and to stay in this word and to endure until the end. Because there's nothing that you're going to be able to keep transferring over into the kingdom to come. You got to lose all of this. Nothing you're going to be able to keep. Your gold, your silver, your houses, your land, it's all going to be seized. So you can think in your mind that, yeah, I'm going to make a few payments and stay ahead of the game. So when that dollar crashes, they'll still honor that note that once was, and I can still have my land to get me through these hard times. But if you don't have enough in the bank or enough assets to cover the difference between the current physical or the current dollar transferring over into the digital dollar, all that's for vain. And they can fluctuate and rise it as they see fit. Even though one of the key components in the think tank that it won't have as much liquidity, but who's to say what could cause that to fluctuate or not, based on your credit score. And based on what class they classify you in, whether it's common, sovereign, quarantine, or restricted. This thing is man. I mean, let me go ahead and finish reading that. And he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. And that's what's coming with this new credit-based system, man. You're gonna have to get on board and play along by their rules. You're not gonna be able to outsmart them. They are the game. You playing it. You on their grid. You on their board. You got to pay. You got to pay whatever they decide that they see fit to pay in order to keep your credit, to keep your score, in whatever class they classify you in. This is allegedly that those are those four classes: common, sovereign, quarantine, and restricted, in the CSQR, which like I said, video surfacing out there on the internet. It says somewhere between December, I think 13th is when they're supposed to implement this, but that's allegedly, and I think they call it C-Day. But you can see in this article that I read earlier that this project is being speeded up with that executive order signed by President Biden back in March. So this thing is rolling, man. This was an update right here on the road to the mark, because that XRP, that's one of the forms of ledger that they looking to use as far as, you know, tracking and keeping ledger and keeping things keeping things tracked. So that was put out today, that XRP is looking to, I guess, become the the prototype for the U.S. c.b.d.c, central bank digital currency, which they probably gonna come sooner than later, man. So it's best to know. Not saying that everything you doing is in vain, but you gotta eat, keep a roof over your head, clothes on your back. But eventually, it's gonna come. It's gonna come a time where, your faith is gonna be all you got. You're gonna have to leave everything behind when they roll out with this new system, man. So it's best to be prepared right now. Fast, pray, and stay in the faith. So I'm gonna close out with 1 Peter, and we're gonna take it from there. This is 1 Peter chapter 5, verse 8. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour. And believe me, he thinking 20 steps ahead, whatever you thinking. So when this thing rolls out and it's official, anything that you have already perceived, he's gonna already have a counter for that. 20 house payments or 20 payments paid on your house to get you set right. 30 car payments you done already made on your car payment to get you set right. See, back in the day, it wasn't where you had to have, like it is right now, car insurance. But now, even if you pay your car off, you got to have car insurance to drive that legally. Even if you pay your house off, you still got to pay taxes on that to keep your house legally, or he could seize all your assets. It's nothing in this kingdom that you own. It's all oppression. And this is his new tool for oppression. He coming full body. He coming all the way, keeping a ledger on everything you do until eventually he get that up under your skin. Now it's no excuses. You can't claim this ain't you because it's going to have that mark is going to be identical to you. It's going to be completely fitted for you. It's going to match your DNA. Nobody going to be able to take it and use and go on a shopping spree and buy whatever they want. Everything is going to be matched to you personally. Through all these updates that they are providing with us, that are providing you, that they are providing you right now, they keeping you in the system by having you come in and keep getting these updates, these juice updates. And they just said, basically, you're going to have to do it every year. It's going to be more coming to come in every year and get your updates. So this is all about tracking and being proficient at it to the T. So now you can't claim anything. If you working on this grid, on this system, you're going to get your real-time payments, your instant payments. You're going to be able to live comfortably. You're going to be classified in one of the four categories based on your score that you get. And this is going to be your new way of living. So this is all coming, via by the way of the MAR key, the mark. So this is an update on the road to the mark. And this is breaking headline right here. XRP is looking to become the U.S. central bank digital currency. And you already have other countries that's already testing and getting ready and already have their own central bank digital currency. So you only know it's only a matter of time for the U.S. to get theirs. So everybody gonna be on one accord worldwide with this new currency, transitioning over into that mark for more proficient, or a more proficient way to keep tabs or to track you. Whether they, say it's a better way for your safety and to safeguard your valuables, your assets, whatever you have. However they may try to roll out with it. But just know for one thing, it's on its way. So with that being said, stay strong, stay in the faith, and we almost home. Shalom.